12 years ago, a nine-tailed fox suddenly appeared.
If you believe it.
Naruto, Naruto, believe it,
Yeah, I'm with my ninja clan. Ninja clan, here we stand. Naruto, I'm on my way. Naruto, I'll be your king. Getting ready to fight on sight. Got my best friends by my side. Sasuke, he's really cool. Sakura, the beautiful.
Kuwakaruna, Naruto, Sato Omamore. Kuwakaruna, Naruto, Sato Omamore.
Copyright.
And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that.
MTF Epsilon 9, a nine-tailed fox at your service.
Greatest task force in the world.
That's right.
I'm in pain.
That's
I'm in
right.
pain.
Besides the red right hand, of course. But let's not
All
talk
right.
about them.
So, welcome everyone to SCP, A World of Darkness. Secure, Contain, Protect. As some of you might have guessed from that, this will be a World of Darkness game, specifically New World of Darkness, set in the SCP Foundation universe. Because as always, we need to prove that we can do this better than Sargon and the other boomers ever could. This will basically be episode 0, the Sergeant, character creation. And yeah. So, to start off with, I'm just going to get right into it and start explaining the entire character creation process step by step until we get to the step in the character creation that can be done in group. Part 1 of character creation. Choosing a background. Choosing a background is basically, if you look at your sheet, you should be able to see a part where it says concept.
Yes, sir.
On the concept part of your sheet, write a basically a 3-word short 1-sentence summary of your character, like a veteran field agent or old man Jenkins. Stuff like that. Basically a short summary of your character. Once you've done that, we'll move on to step 2. Is everyone done?
Yes.
Alright. Step 2, where we actually get into the numerical character creation aspect of character creation. Selecting your attributes. Now, as you can see on your sheet, where it says attributes, your attributes are separated into 3 categories. The mental attributes, intelligence, wits, and resolve. The physical attributes, strength, dexterity, and stamina. And the social attributes, presence, manipulation, and composure. The way they do the points for each category in this game is you choose one category to be your primary category, one category to be your secondary category, and one category to be your tertiary category. For your primary category, you get 5 points to spend, which you can use to increase them, which you can use to increase your attributes on a one-to-one basis. For your secondary category, you get 4 points, and for your tertiary category, you get 3 points. And it should be noted that the final point, the 5th point, in any attribute, or skill for that matter, which is, we'll get to later, costs two points at character creation. So every other dot in a attribute, aside from the 5th one, is bought at a 1-to-1 ratio with your points, but the 5th dot costs 2 points. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right. So once you've assorted your attributes, however you want them, you can we'll continue on to step 2. Though I would recommend everyone to think about what kind of character they want to make according to their concept. Maybe take a short look at the skills, which you can find if you scroll down a bit and look to the left on the sheet, and try to figure out what skills your character might need. Once you're all done, we'll move on to step 3.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Is there anyone that hasn't done their stats already?
Just the attributes and skills, right?
It's currently we're just in step 2, which is just attributes. Is everyone done with their attributes?
Not yet. So it's 5 points per column, yes?
It's 5 points for your primary category, and the primary category. All right. It's 3 categories. Intelligence,
Yes.
wits, and resolve is the mental category. Strength,
Okay.
dexterity, and stamina is the physical category, and presence, manipulation, and composure is the social category. You choose one of those to be your primary, and you get 5 points to your primary. You choose one of them to be your secondary, and get 4 points for the secondary. And finally, you choose one of them to be your tertiary, and get 3 points for your tertiary.
Okay. So it's in columns, not rows. I thought I would check.
It'll be a bit of a boring episode for those of you watching, as it's just first step is doing it in group.
How do you undo it if you fuck up?
There's a
Just-
X to the left.
Ah,
of it,
yeah, I got it.
Or you can just press different. You can just press one that's lower.
It wasn't doing it the first time I tried.
Okay.
Good times.
So far, a very tanky, tough D-boy. Good willpower.
A few things that are usually good to have for most people are stamina. Oh yeah, I should probably say this as well. 2 is the average. So most people have a 2. At least in every attribute. A 1 dot suggests a natural ineptitude. 3 dots is above average. 4 dots is spectacular. And 5 dots is the very best it can be for a human. We're talking, if you had a 5 in strength, you would have the strength of an Olympian athlete. Stuff like that. for a very, very good, serious bodybuilder. But even with 5 dots, you would never be as strong as a gorilla.
Oof.
Joe Rogan is typing.
If you feel you're ready, we can move on to skills. You can always change these later.
What if the world was overpopulated with chimps?
They'd probably grow more intelligent.
Bro.
Alright. How's it going, Scott?
Could pick them quite easily. I would just keep muting because I'm getting loads of messages from work.
Okay. If we're all done, we'll move on to skills. Skills work in the exact same way, basically, and are separated in almost the exact same way as well. Though I feel like these skills are better labeled than the attributes. So you have 3 categories of skills: the mental skills, the physical skills, and the social skills. Again, you choose which category to be your primary, secondary, and tertiary category. For the primary category, you get 11 points. For the secondary category, you get 7 points. And for the tertiary category, you get 4 points. You can spend these however you want, again on a one-to-one basis. But the fifth dot in any skill costs 2 of your points at character creation. The different skills are good for different things. Maybe to explain a few, that would be interesting. Academics is basically a general understanding of fields of higher education. This does not include math. Math is under science. Basically, academics is everything outside STEM. Science is all of the STEM fields. Except for medicine. Medicine has its own skill as well, as medicine combines a lot of practical knowledge as well. The athletics is a general, the ability is knowing how to do different things for your body well. There's a difference between being a naturally good runner and being a trained runner, knowing the techniques for how to run quickly and efficiently without causing any lasting damage from overexerting yourself, for example. So whenever you are asked to do a physical task of any kind, you'll be asked to roll athletics.
Let's have a look. Boy.
What now?
Well. It's just correct sheet.
Oh, well, that's not what I was laughing at, but
Anyway,
guessing Han? No. I'm just curious. I don't know.
And among the social skills, there are many separate social skills, and there might be some confusion as to what all of them do. Animal Ken deals with animals. It's knowing how to deal with animals. Empathy is this system's equivalent of sense motive. It is knowing how to read someone and know what they're feeling and thinking. Expression is the ability to articulate yourself. You can think of it somewhat similar to perform. Intimidation is, well, the ability to intimidate someone. But it would also be the skill you use when trying to interrogate someone. Persuasion is the skill that allows you to convince someone to do something you want. And one point of confusion would, for example, be what skills do you use for making a speech, for example. Well, in that case, the storyteller, which is what this system calls a GM, would tell you that if the goal of your speech is just to make a speech, like to get your point across, but not necessarily convince anyone to your side, you would be using expression, a combination of the presence attribute and the expression skill. If your point of your speech was to convince someone to your side, you would instead be using a combination of the manipulation attribute and the persuasion skill. For example, socialize is a skill that represents knowing how to act in different social circumstances. It is typically not necessary outside for example, if you're going to be meeting with aristocrats, or knowing how to talk to your boss in a way that doesn't get you fired would go under socialize. Streetwise, knowing the lingua of the streets, knowing how to talk to gangers and other kinds of lowlights. And finally, subterfuge is the art of deception, whether that be lying or disguising yourself and so on and so forth. Unlike in, for example, Pathfinder, the social skills aren't necessarily only talking and actions that don't have any physical sign to them. The social skills can just as easily be physical acts like disguising yourself or knowing how to find your way around the streets. Alright, but once you've filled out your skills in a way that suits you, we'll move on to step 4. Is everyone done?
Finished.
Yeah.
Skog? Okay.
It's gone. Okay. Indeed.
Done.
Right then.
Looking at his sheet, he appears to be done.
Alright. Step 4 is rather simple. It is picking skill specializations. Now, a skill specialization is essentially knowing how to do one specific aspect of a skill really well. What this basically does is that whenever you use a skill in the specific way you've written down for your specialization, you get another dice. We'll get into how exactly the system of rolling dice works in this. But to give you a simple idea, the more dice you have, the better. As this is a system where you roll multiple of them, much like in the Star Wars game. You get 3 to start off with for free, and these can be anything you want, so long as they are a slightly more specific field of your skill than what it normally is. So, for example, if you were using the brawl skill with, say, a martial art like Kung Fu, then whenever you use Kung Fu, you would get another dice. Or if your character is very, very interested in history, whenever you use academics to roll for a history related roll, or for researching history or recalling on historical facts, you would get another dice to that roll.
Quick question.
Mhm.
Could I conceivably have an occult specialization in memes?
Yes.
I will.
So I prefer it if you write memetics.
Okay then.
So would surgery be an acceptable specialization?
That would be a specialization for medicine, yes.
Cool. What about blade for weaponry?
Blades for weaponry works, yes.
Remind us how many trait points you get then to spend.
Traits.
Well, I'm guessing we're working on the other traits, merits, and other section.
Specializations.
Yeah,
Right.
on the right.
Specializations. It's not working.
Specializations. Specializations is where we're currently at.
Page 1 towards the bottom.
So yeah, it doesn't work down and then across. Ignore me. So you get a specialization then?
You get 3 specializations.
Oh.
So did you hear the explanation for what a specialization is, Skog?
Yes. I'm just also getting messages like I said I was going to, so I'm being slow.
That's fine. But yeah, you get 3 specializations in 3 skills of your choice, or you can put them all into a single skill. There is no limit to how many specializations you can have in any one skill. Epic.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea who's written this, by the way.
Written what?
No, don't focus on it, Stu.
Oh no,
You don't need to look.
I saw ages ago. It's censored. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. Someone has written incorporated wrong, is what I'm gonna say.
Can't imagine you'd do that.
Oh, that's what I was laughing about earlier. Yeah. And that's why I was blaming Han.
Such baseless accusations.
Have you chosen your specializations, Skog?
I have indeed.
Right. If you're not, you can always come back and change them later if you would like.
Okay.
So, for merits. For merits, we're using a bit of a optional system that some games use. I believe that you've all been able to find the list of flaws that are listed.
It should be pinned in the SCP written record text channel.
The flaws, basically, standard rules is that you gain 7 points that you can spend on merits. Merits, for those of you who don't know, are effectively special abilities or talents that your character has. Like most everything else in this game, merits are split into roughly 3 categories of mental, physical, and social. And though there are technically more categories than these, categories outside mental, physical, and social are kind of just considered a subsidiary of the mental, physical, and social stats. It's just easier to list them as their own category. That's not important though. Basically, merits either usually have a set cost to them in dots, and in order to get a merit, you have to pay as many of your 7 starting points that the merit has dots in order to get one. Merits usually provide several different bonuses, dice bonuses on certain things, and so on and so forth. You can also, if you'd like to, get a fighting style merit. Fighting style merits are special in that they can range from 1 to 5 points, and with each point you put into them, they give you another ability, as you're getting more and more proficient with that fighting style. Now, in addition to those 7 points, there is a way to get more points using flaws. In the base game, you're able to get a single flaw, and this flaw has the benefit that it provides you with 1 extra point of experience whenever it creates problems for you in game. We are using a bit of a further optional system aside from just flaws, in that flaws on the link that I listed in the SCP written record has a associated point value to it. Whenever you take a flaw, you gain that amount of extra points to spend on merits at character creation. You can't spend it on anything except merits, but it can allow you to get some fun stuff. Of course, I will check your characters afterwards to see how many merits you've chosen, to see what combination of merits and flaws you've chosen. Alright. And also because merits is a bit of difficult to do in group, as it's such a personal thing to your character and so varied, we're gonna start with Skog, as I believe he might have to go. You there, Skog?
Yes.
Alright. So, what idea did you have for your character?
I gather being an amnesia D-boy seemed like a convenient reason to not need too much of a backstory.
Alright then. In that case, let's see. Then I guess I'll just ask you if there's any kind of interesting abilities you had in mind.
No.
You're not easy.
I'll take your word for it.
Let's see. Okay. In that case, for you, I might as well, in that case, suggest to you a amnesiac kind of flaw. So let's see.
I believe amnesia is literally a flaw, so...
Yes.
It is in the book. Well, it is in the link you sent anyway. I think it's the 4th one. That's the allergies.
Yeah. You can list in your flaws amnesia then, which gives you 2 extra points.
Okay.
That will give you a total of 9 points to spend on merits.
Fancy.
Since your character is very, very general overall, a couple things that are always useful to have would be stuff like unseen sense and common sense.
Okay.
Common sense costs 4 points, or 4 dots, and basically is The main purpose of it is that you can basically just ask once a session. You make I believe it is a wits plus composure roll, and if you either, depending on how many successes you get on the roll, or if you reach the amount of successes the GM has set for you, you get to ask me a question, and I answer it.
Okay.
And while I can decide how much I give you, I do have to be honest about what I give you.
Alright.
The other one is Unseen Sense. Unseen Sense is basically you have a kind of like a sixth sense for supernatural things.
Alright. Let me try and find it.
It should be in the main book. It should be on 108 on page.
Oh, I'm looking at the merit list.
Yes.
I just went past what I'm pretty sure just said cuckold, so good that it's, I guess, got a wide variety of things. So, supernatural merits.
You don't need to look at supernatural merits. It's
Unseen
merits.
senses, 1 to 4. Spirits.
Which book are you looking at?
The Axis Denbray dot merit list thing.
That's one version of it, I suppose. You might be looking at the wrong thing.
Well, I guess that's gonna go well for any of the other looking at things I've done then.
I think it's in the core book, actually, that merit.
Yeah, it is in the book. It is in the
Find
core book.
core book.
The core book is in. If you go to the Trove link I had.
Yep, I'll make sure I get the right one. I wouldn't want to get the wrong, correct book.
Then the new World of Darkness folder.
Yeah.
And then the World of Darkness .pdf.
Exciting.
Do you know what we could have actually done? We could have asked the chat what merits Skog's Amnesiac should have.
I mean, I'm happy to take suggestions. I just went with the ones that look like they would be useful.
Those are the two I've mentioned so far are some of the most useful.
Okay. So it's Unseen Sense. I can eventually spell that right.
It should be on page 109 anyway.
Page 109.
Now, technically, Unseen Sense does have to be specified, but I do like to run a version of Unseen Sense that is more general in nature, but gives you less. Because if you choose to specify Unseen Sense, then it basically gives you. It basically makes the storyteller tell you when that type of supernatural creature is near you.
Okay.
If you make it more general, you'll know when something is wrong around you.
Okay.
You'll know when something weird and wrong is happening.
I mean, I'm guessing stuff like blood coming out of the walls. I'd probably notice. So, in your knowing the game and me not knowing the game, what other skill, or not skill, what merit would you recommend then?
Well, you only have about 2 more points, if I'm counting correctly.
Yeah, you said I had 9, you've had me spend 7, so...
That wasn't just my
2.
recommendation.
What can I get for 2? There's only a list that is... fucking enormous to look through.
Oh, well, that's the...
Just look for the core book,
much
honestly.
If you go to page 34, character creation, then there's a slightly more condensed list.
Alright.
Other useful things. There's one I always suggest, because I find it extremely funny, and that's striking looks.
That doesn't
Striking.
seem too helpful.
It can be helpful. Basically, striking looks makes it so that whenever you use your looks in social interactions, in some way, you get you gain another dice or two, depending on how many points you spent on getting striking looks. Can be
Let's
useful.
see.
It's more fun because it can create interesting situations. Other than
Alright, I've
that,
gone with danger sense. It seemed like being sense based is productive.
danger sense is indeed productive as it gives you another two dice when trying to spot a ambush.
Okay.
That is about it for you then.
Yep.
Apart from vice and virtue.
Apart from vices and virtues, which I believe is the one that comes. Yes, since the advantages are determined automatically, the only thing left to do, which I like to do last rather than before merits, which I've never understood why they listed before that. Pick a virtue and a vice. So, different versions of World of Darkness use different virtues and vices, but we'll use the 7 heavenly virtues and the 7 deadly sins. For a virtue, you pick one of the 7 heavenly virtues: charity, faith, fortitude, hope, justice, prudence, or temperance. And for your vice, you pick envy, gluttony, greed, lust, pride, sloth, or wrath.
Okay. I will make some decisions on those if you want to move on to literally anyone else. So you don't have to watch me go,
No, I'll just be doing one last thing of explaining what exactly these do in game. So
Alright.
this system has a thing called willpower. Willpower is a number of points you have, and you can spend willpower in game to sometimes to activate some special ability you have. Other times you just spend it to give you another 2 dice on any roll you're doing. But it's basically you exerting your will in order to try and succeed at something.
Okay.
Virtues and vice is what allows you to regain that willpower. Vices, and both virtues and vices are actually beneficial to you. Virtues more so than vices. Whenever you do something that lines up in accordance to your vice, you regain a point of willpower. For example, if you base it. Now, the bit of a difficult thing here is that if there's no risk involved to following either your virtue or your vice, you don't really get anything for it. But for example, say that you knew that you had to get somewhere, like you were running out of time and you had to get somewhere. But then you see someone, maybe someone your character is into, waiting for you on the bed, and your vice is lust. If you choose to stick behind and not go to where you need to be, you would gain a point of willpower, as you chose to act according to your vice rather than do the right thing.
Okay.
Now, say that instead, say that at the same time your virtue in that situation was prudence. And that you know that the prudent thing to do would be to ignore the thought and go do what you're supposed to do, even at the cost that this might ruin your relationship with them. Let's say it was this kind of situation. Well, if you chose to follow your virtue and do the right thing, even at the cost of your personal relationships, you would regain every point of willpower you've spent.
Okay.
Virtues are generally more beneficial to follow, but following them often costs your character personally. Often has a bigger personal cost to your character. But
Okay.
both are rewarding. And that's how virtues and vices work. And now I'll move on to someone else. That's alright.
Yeah.
Alright. Next up would then be, I believe, Stu and Han. You've already chosen your merits and so on.
Yep.
Okay. In that case, Kokrak, because you're on top there.
Correct.
Yes, you.
Yep.
So, you said that you want your character to be a sort of, kind of a surgeon, right?
Yes,
Very specific kind of surgeon.
indeed.
Dr. Joyce. Okay. Let's take a look at your stats. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was amused earlier.
That is,
Like, that man is a prodigy at something.
this man is savant. Most definitely. Holy fuck.
Holy shit, it's Ben Shapiro. He has 4 dots in common sense.
What?
Is,
Do I?
No.
Oh,
I was just looking at your stats.
yeah.
Oh no, wait, that's someone else. Then.
I mean, Jesus Christ. It's like...
Yeah, he's a bit of a specialist.
He's a little bit of a specialist, yeah. Okay. Right then. Just because you have so many points in weaponry, I would very strongly suggest you take the. I would very strongly suggest you take the fighting finesse merit, just right off the bat.
Yeah, I saw that one. Do I have to choose like some kind of subcategory for that, or is that just fighting finesse?
It's just you just write fighting finesse in your merits list.
Ah, sweet.
It's kind of like D&D Pathfinder. You just use Dex for weapon rules.
Yeah, no, I actually, I was looking at that one. And,
Yeah, that'd be very useful, actually.
How many points is that one? Fighting finesse.
He's almost
Two.
supernaturally
Two.
good as a Doctor of the Blade. Jesus.
He's the SCP surgeon.
Yeah, he's like the homunculi. Jesus.
I have much
Let me
practice.
see. Let's see. What else you got? Well, I suppose we can look at some after that, which was just something I wanted to get out of the way. I suppose we could take a look at some flaws for your character.
Okay, old was one, wasn't it?
I think so.
Cool.
I think sadism might also be
Oh
Well,
no.
no, hold on. He has no interest in hurting people.
right.
Sure thing.
Not yet,
That's what
anyway.
you're saying.
Take the pacifist merit. Life preserver merit.
Oh no.
Could I recommend mental patient?
Ew. Oh, now that's interesting.
No, I think he's rather sane. Just very
I don't think so.
ideological.
I don't agree, but fair enough.
I mean,
Just fighting.
he has a foreign
Just the
empathy,
human rights.
guys. It's fine.
He's very good at, acting empathetic.
Just the man who's a master in emotional manipulation and
No,
use of the
no, I
scalpel.
don't manipulate people. I
I see.
understand them.
You understand them, yeah.
Oh,
The
yes.
difference.
That's why under specializations, if that's okay, I put detect emotion.
You can just put emotions.
Cool.
Let's see. Other than that, I don't remember where the old flaw was.
You haven't
Either
considered cursed or something.
Doesn't fit.
Hmm.
Your character is very, very, like, he's very focused on his on fulfilling the profession which he set out to do. Yes.
Indeed. Of promoting human rights, women's rights.
Yeah. And your character is basically obsessed with a certain specific aspect of
Human
that,
rights.
yes?
Indeed.
Could I suggest obsession abortion?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, okay then.
Obsession. Let's see. There is something you like, love, or are fascinated by to the point where you often disregard common sense to cater to this drive.
Oh no.
You react positively to anything related to your obsession, even if it's not in your best interest.
Dr.
would
Swift is gonna give abortions for all.
Well,
can
there's a reason
find-
I'm on death row.
You can find the flaws. You can find the flaws on the third page.
Sorry, on the what?
On the third page.
Oh, you mean the character sheet? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put in obsession 2 points.
Ah, yes. A fellow doctor.
Do I hear coughing?
Doctor?
Are you alright?
Oh, mate. Oh.
Do you think that your character might be somehow misinformed?
No.
All right. You say so.
Alright.
Maybe
It's
it's
good
mute.
fun.
Would you be interested in the lifesaver flaw? You believe that human life is a sacred gift and will not take a person's life except in the most extreme of circumstances. May not ever willingly endanger the lives of innocents or in any way participate in their killing. You have no problem with killing animals for the right reasons and will kill evil and human creatures to protect others if necessary. Be very careful, however, with your determination of evil. Senseless death in all forms repulses you, and you feel that those who commit murder should be punished.
Well, of course.
So you think the lifesaver flaw fits you?
I'm considering it.
Alright,
I would never kill a person.
good to know.
This brings up an interesting question.
Because you are a very empathetical person.
Indeed. Alright, let's see now. Other
What,
things
you called that lifesaver?
Lifesaver.
Oh, found it. Okay.
Let's see. I would say one thing I might recommend because it's you, Kodrak, is ghoulish sense of humor.
Let's see.
Ghoulish sense of humor is to find humor in gruesome things, even as they are put right in front of you.
No, he's not really into disgusting things.
Very well.
Okay. Somebody doesn't find a massacre funny.
Might actually fit with my character.
Driving goal.
Women's rights.
You have a personal goal which sometimes compels you and directs you in startling ways. The goal is always limitless in depth and you can never truly achieve it. I would say women's rights fits.
Excellent.
Someone in the
Wait,
chat.
what category does that go under?
Can never be achieved.
Yeah, Patrick Olson in the chat says there might be a mirror in the asylum book for him to emotionally distance yourself while working to ignore certain penalties. Not sure what it's called though. Huh.
Oh, absolutely.
Interesting. Where does that driving goal thing go?
Driving goal is in flaws.
Oh, it's a specific flaw, not a... Okay, never mind.
Yes.
God damn it,
I was
Mega.
thinking there was a category for that.
Yeah, I think that's the point we're getting at here.
As long as
it's
my
a
character's
conflict.
convinced of such. I think.
Let's see.
Cognitive dissonance is a hell of a thing.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What if your character ever gets convinced otherwise?
Ha! Well, that would definitely, You know, see, that's one of those things that we don't think about in our line of work.
I see. Fair enough. But yes,
I mean, once you've made one fetus necklace, there's no going back.
let me see. The asylum book might be fitting. Yes.
That would be very unsanitary.
Let's see now. Where are... I always hate these books because you have to scroll so far to find anything of worth.
I scrolled so far to this, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
So every point of flaw means you get an additional point in the merits, right? Or was that the...
The flaws give you have a number of points associated with them. You get that many points at character creation to spend on merits.
Cool.
Extra points. The base amount of points
on
is
top
7.
of 7?
Yes.
Yes.
Which fucking part where the merits are? Ugh.
Yeah, I hope everyone's having a nice evening there in the
There we
chat.
go.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Let's see. May I? Alright, so finally found the merits from the bloody asylum book. Page 50. So, let's see. May I suggest emotional detachment?
Hmm.
Bruh.
So that's the merit?
Basically, that's a merit. It allows you to...
I see.
Your character can distance himself from pain, grief, and suffering of his fellow human beings long enough to help them.
Well, I do suppose when I'm performing surgery on someone, they're probably in pain, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's see. The character ignores penalties from stress equal to his resolve rating. For instance, if an EMT is trying to perform an emergency tracheostomy, While in a moving car with a werewolf on the roof, the EMT might normally suffer -2 penalty from sheer emotional pressure. If he had this merit and his resolve were 2 or higher, he would take no penalty at all. Basically, it means that certain now emotional detachment does require at least 2 points of resolve in order to take it.
Well, not getting that.
You refuse
I'm
to
getting it.
for your intelligence.
I mean,
You do realize that the absolute majority of merits have fairly decent spread of requirements, right?
yeah, you know what? Yeah, sure, I'll take 1 point of intelligence and put 2 into resolve.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, let's see. Other than that, there is also good time management is another mental one. I'm not saying you should take this one, but basically it allows you to basically makes it so that whenever I ask you to do an extended action, which is a type of action you can do in this game, it takes less time. About a quarter of the time it normally takes.
Ooh,
No, sorry, it's reduced by 1/4.
that makes more sense.
Yes. I read that wrong for a moment. Other than that, there is a physical merit called Tolerance for Biology. Some people see blood and pass out. Some people hear another person throwing up and get squeezy. Your character can watch medicinal maggots being massaged into open, blackened wounds and feel nothing except a bit of curiosity.
Well, that one seems relevant.
He never feels nauseated due to unpleasant things he sees in a medical setting and receives +2 bonus to any roll to keep composed when offered scenes of violence or carnage or when exposed to horrific smells.
Heinz, get the leeches.
Incredible smell you just got. And also, what just happened to you, Stu?
Hmm?
Oh, I thought. Never mind. Thought I heard.
Nope.
So, Tolerance for Biology has a prerequisite of resolve, stamina, and composure being at least 2.
It says or.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, it needs to be 2. It needs to be 2 for one of those.
Although either way, I have that in all of them. So.
Yeah. Emotional detachment and tolerance for biology would basically make it so that you can look at, in combination, would basically make it so that you can look at some of the most horrible scenes on the planet. Like, some of the most horrible scenes imaginable and feel next to nothing. You could look at you could look directly at the eviscerated corpse. Tolerance biology costs 2 dots, by the way.
Yeah, sorry, I was still editing all that stuff. How much was emotional? 2? Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
I was
see.
just in the middle of editing those.
That is 6 points. You have a total of.
6 left, I guess.
Oh, you had. Yes. You have a total of 6 left. Other than that, there is another one in this book is Bureaucratic Navigator. Bureaucracy has a pattern, and your character has learned to recognize it. But in any given bureaucratic system, be it a hospital, a government agency, or corporation, he has learned whom to talk to get results, which rules he absolutely must follow, and which ones he can ignore because no one pays attention. You receive a +2 bonus on all social and mental roles made to navigate, manipulate, or work within a bureaucratic system. Note that this merit doesn't accomplish the impossible. Your character isn't going to get a permit for heavy assault rifle if such weapons are illegal in his city, no matter how much he flirts with the ladies at his country courthouse.
What if I give them free abortion?
You can't pay for your assault rifle with good boy points, I'm afraid.
I thought this is America.
Unfortunately, this is Grenis America.
My medicinal 240 Bravo.
Another thing that I could probably recommend to you, that which would actually be from the basic book at this point, is natural immunity is good for
Oh.
almost anyone.
Yeah, I saw that one. I was looking at that one earlier. I was thinking that probably looks good. Let me double check that.
It gives you a bonus when trying to resist infection, sickness, and disease.
Oof.
And a final physical one that I could probably recommend to you is weaponry dodge, just because your weaponry rating is so ungodly high.
Yeah. I am practiced in the way of the blade.
Jesus Christ, man, you'll be rolling 6 dice when you're using a blade as a weapon. Just from your skill alone.
Yep.
And then combine that with the 4 dice.
He has
for your
10
dexterity.
dice. Jeez. Fucking lightsaber man over here.
No wonder you can use a scalpel efficiently. You can fight a katana with a scalpel.
Fucking Dr. Choice, the combat abortionist.
I love it though because he's like sworn a path to non-violence, so his power is restrained. I like this. So
I can
neat.
kill your fetus in a single round of combat.
Natural immunity is 1 point, not 2.
Okay, cool. I don't think I actually took the one where I can't kill people.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh,
The
well.
flaw, right?
Oh no. Okay, but no, he just took the driving goal of women's rights.
Well. This makes him a bit more nefarious now.
But yes, I would strongly suggest weaponry dodge. Unfortunately, that requires a 2 strength. So if you don't want to put points in strength, you can't do that. But the reason I suggested is
There,
because
Fixed it. Wait, no, I haven't fixed it. Yes, I have fixed it.
okay, you haven't lowered your dexterity any. Did you lower your stamina?
I lowered my resolve. I switched the categories.
You can. Oh, okay, that's fine then.
453.
Yep, that's fine then.
Cool.
Weaponry dodge I strongly recommend because normally when you take the dodge action, you get to double your current defense, which for you is 1. But with the dodge, but if you have weaponry dodge, you get to add your weaponry dots onto your defense.
Excellent.
The master of the blade. He parries all incoming attacks with a
Now-
scalpel.
Hell, that only requires 1. Dang. I feel the power.
Would it make sense for me to give Nate Higgers intolerance as a flaw?
Maybe.
It does sound funny.
Let me see. Other than that, there is a fun one, going back to the mental merits again, from the Asylum book, is a little knowledge. Which could be a funny thing to add to your character, if you want to. Your character has either had a brush with the supernatural or been in a field that has regular casual contact with the supernatural, such as medicine or law enforcement, to know that something else is out there. While he doesn't know anything specific, this merit doesn't give any bonus to occult rolls or any other frame of reference, your character doesn't suffer negative penalties when trying to identify or diagnose conditions for which there is no easy medical transcendent.
That
For instance,
sounds very useful.
For instance, a doctor with this merit sees a patient in the ER with a long, vicious bite mark. The doctor knows that no animal short of a bear could have made those wounds, and there's no bears native to this area. Normally, this would negatively affect his treatment. He might waste valuable time trying to shoehorn the evidence into his own experience. With this merit, though, he takes it as read that something made these bite marks and treats them. This merit also offers a +1 bonus to any roll made to recognize a strange or otherworldly situation. If the character becomes a supernatural being, include a ghoul or sleepwalker, he loses this merit. Well, then I would give you some experience for it in return. Let's see. From this point forward, I'm probably just going to leave it to you. I think you have a good understanding of of how merits work and where to find them and so on. So I'll leave it to your indiscretion with the points you have left. The only last thing to do with you is choose a virtue and a vice. Again, if you want to see a list of what choices you have, go to page 34, and you can see a short list of the 7 heavenly virtues and the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the virtues in this don't perfectly line up with like the Catholic ones, but the vices do.
Yeah. I mean, there are multiple interpretations of the 7 heavenly virtues.
Right.
Fewer interpretations of the 7 deadly sins.
Although usually they are synonymous.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so next up would be pasta.
There we go.
Hello, far away, Pastafari.
Right. In regard, I had some ready. I don't know. Guess I'm
Oof.
just considering maybe going to give me some consultation as to whether I should use my lab or if I should get some.
You're very far away. I barely understand what you're saying.
Pasta attempting to fix the microphone
Oofed.
because it was making feedback earlier.
It's fine. It's just I can't. Really
No, I
understand.
can't either, so I was just kind of
I could make out about half of what you said, Pasta. Well,
He's gone into exile. Damn.
I guess until he comes back.
Oh.
There we go.
That's better.
Is it any better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. But anyway, so I have some ready. I'm just considering whether I should adjust them to something else, in consideration, particular also to what other people have.
Oh boy. Okay, let's see now. What have you made here, Pasta?
What?
Oh lord, that is a varied skill set. Okay.
Yes.
So. Okay. Oops.
Oof.
Which book did you find Deep Pockets?
Deep Pockets, that's Innocence.
Right. That is the most terrifying name for a book ever, by the way.
Yeah.
What was the name again?
Innocence.
Ooh.
Holy shit. Okay.
Basically, it's not he that has resources. It says every one chapter, he more or less has to roll to get a hold of something very outlandish. Well, if you want something outlandish. Basically, it's mommy has the wallet. I'm just gonna ask mommy.
Okay. You might want to. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. This is a very interesting character, I'll tell you this much. So, 1 dot in allies, 2 dots in contacts, 2 dots in deep pockets, 1 dot in mentor. You speak French.
Yes.
Quick draw, emotional detachment, and good time management.
Yes.
And with these with this very social build, you've put most of your stuff into mental. I can see.
Mm.
You've chosen mental to be your. That's pretty decent. Huh. Okay. And you have nothing in subterfuge.
No.
The only reason I ask about that is, oh wait, you can use socialize. Okay.
I'm thinking he's not gonna be really subtle. If he fucks with shit, he's gonna be very obvious. He takes after his uncle.
You're
God help us all.
the Oh, and he's a nihilist too. Amazing.
Yes. Well, a chronic pessimist base.
Let's see. So, I see that for what you want to go with for your virtue is something related to responsibility, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, what I could suggest to you is either going for justice or prudence.
Hmm.
If we jump to page 100, I can read up on you a little bit for what each of these are, and you can come up with what you think sounds the best.
Sure.
Definition of justice. Wrongs cannot go unpunished. This is the central tenet of the just, who believe that protecting the innocent and confronting inequality is responsibility of every decent person. Even in the face of great personal danger, the just believe that evil cannot prosper so long as one good person strives to do what is right, regardless of the consequences. Your character gains those spend willpower points whenever he does the right thing, at risk of personal loss or setback. The right thing can be defined by the letter or spirit of a particular code of conduct, whether it be the United States Penal Code or the Biblical Commandment. On the other hand, you have something like prudence. The virtue of prudence places wisdom and restraint above rash action and thoughtless behavior. One maintains integrity and principles by moderating actions and avoiding unnecessary risks. Well, that means a prudent person might never take big gambles that bring huge rewards. Neither is his life ruined by a bad roll of the dice. By choosing wisely and avoiding the easy road, he prospers slowly but surely. Basically, it is avoiding temptation. Then you have temperance, which is moderation in all things.
I'm thinking prudence sounds more like the virtue fitting in terms of sort of mirroring.
All right. It is more a guide for me as the G, as the storyteller, to kind of see what kind of challenges I might come up with for people.
I understand. I feel like prudence would be a bit more fitting for the character, in that it's definitely a challenge, also role-playing wise.
Alright. I think that's everyone who's here at the moment. But some people had to BRB, so... How much time do we have left? Oh, we should have some time for a simulation.
Just like the simulations.
Give me a moment then.
Oof. Pasta's a sloth.
A simulation will be very, very simple. There won't be any like complicated maps or anything. I'm just going to put you boys down. Everyone who is here at the moment.
Okay. Is ambidexter or two-weapon fighting worthwhile in this?
Yes, but it is very weird.
Excellent. Dual scalpels.
I'm sorry, but there is something about an ambidextrous surgeon that is very terrifying.
Don't even mention it, or I'm gonna have nightmares.
Jewel-wielding scalpels to cut you open, boy!
Wins.
Give it to me,
Imagine
your
imagine
unborn
someone-
daughter.
Imagine someone, imagine like a doctor, like an old fucking doctor, like a really old man, wearing a doctor's garb, covered in blood, wielding a scalpel in each
Oh, yeah,
arm,
just
running at
in a dark
running at
corridor,
you with-
yeah, like fuck.
that
That guy knows what he's doing, like Jesus.
Yeah, like running towards you in a dark hallway with wielding two scalpels and
Yep.
shouting at you. Are you ready for some post-birth abortion?
Why is the old man Naruto running?
I prefer the term postnatal
And
abortion.
you believe it.
No!
God damn it. Oh, this SCP Foundation group's gonna be fucked from the get-go.
Fucking. This game is gonna be another one filled with bruh moments of characters. Alright, so. I'll move you over to the test combat room. It is just a white screen with your characters on it.
Oh god, it's an MTF, man.
Oh no, he's gonna shoot us all! Just run!
Brendan. So, introducing your lovely test, your lovely trainer for today, Lieutenant Starch Bravo 05 Auckland, a senior MTF lieutenant.
Oh shit.
Let's see.
Bravo 5.
Skog, are you here, or would you rather not be part of this one?
I mean, if I need to know how the system works, it'll probably help.
It is basically just gonna be me going through combat. As combat is where all the bullshit begins. So then, let me find your appropriate music. I'm sorry, boy, but your uncle can't help you now.
Oh god. The Foundation are going rogue.
Mr. Auckland has also graciously agreed to give you an instruction on the basics of survival.
Basics of CQC.
The basics of survival in CQC. For this exercise, he has been given live ammunition, and the doors have been locked. Good luck.
Oh, I knew it!
Wait a second.
Oh mate.
Alright, so hold on for a second.
I give up!
You're not allowed to give up in this house.
What are you
Never should have come here.
Oh no!
He's just giant eyes like, were you casual? If you try to...
Should've come here, yeah, you shouldn't say that again.
Giant Dad would be a good SCP though.
Alright. Alright, so for this, I shall now present you with what equipment you shall be given.
Oh no.
Alright then. So, for our senior field agent, And for our senior field agent and MTF member, I would first like to ask whether you prefer a revolver or an autoloader.
I prefer an autoloader. I'm no revolver ocelot.
Alright. Han. Han. Do you
Yeah.
prefer a revolver or autoloader?
Autoloader.
Very well. Then, if I remember correctly, then you will both be given a 9mm Luger autoloader.
Generic 9mm Luger, yeah.
Yep, generic 9mm Luger autoloader.
Oof.
Next up, what sort of rifle do you prefer between submachine guns and assault rifles?
I would prefer something in 7.62 by 51mm.
Sir, what?
We shall see. I'm asking, do you prefer a submachine gun or an auto or a assault rifle?
Assault rifle.
Assault rifle? Very well.
You think shaky hands would be an acceptable flaw?
I don't know, Mr. Surgeon, would it?
Would it? I don't know. I can't see that ever coming up. All right. You'll both be given. Stu, what do you prefer? Submachine gun or assault rifle?
Probably assault rifle.
All right, then you'll both be given a generic 5.56mm AR.
Okay.
That will be. In addition to this, you can also add a completely, basically, regular combat knife. You can add a combat knife to your sheet as well.
Yeah, yeets.
Finally. Oh, Jesus Christ, where is it? Where is the goddamn list? Oh well. Guess I'll have to look it up the normal way then. Because I forget that there's no list in this one. All right. For our MTF member, you get a set of full riot gear.
Heck yeah.
For our senior field agent, you will receive a bulletproof vest.
Bulletproof vest, okay. I think that's in the core book, isn't it?
It might be.
I'll
Currently,
find
I'm
it.
using the things from Armory as they have way.
Alright, okay, yeah, I'll have a look at Armory. It's probably there somewhere.
In addition to this, you'll receive a host of other things. I shall now write it in the chat.
Oh, you get a laser sight.
Laser sights.
Hell yeah.
Laser sight.
Finally. Alright then, for our doctor.
Yes.
Let's see, where is it? Which one was it again? Right. You get a scalpel. As for the stats of a scalpel,
Just one?
it has a damage value of 0. Scalpels are the truest of complete offense weapons. You are currently D-class personnel. The scalpel is what I deem you have managed to smuggle in. It has a damage value of 0. It is equivalent to a switchblade.
Am I stuck with just one?
You're stuck with... No, you can smuggle in 2 if you wish.
Yay!
It has a size of 1. Technically, it's 1/p. The size is the S set. 1/p is technically the size of it. Don't worry too much about that, though.
Okay.
Its durability is 3.
Would that be
that
the
is-
strength section?
No, they don't seem to have it here. Never mind. That is not important.
Okay.
And the cost is 1. That isn't listed either. Aside from that, none of the other stats really matter too much, as they are not applicable in this instance.
So the init and strength would be 0?
Yep.
Okay.
Aside from that, you have no armor or anything.
Okay.
Finally, Alphone's Bright Vercula.
Yes, sir.
What handgun for self? What kind of handgun do you prefer for self-defense?
Well, handgun for self-defense. Let's see.
Do you prefer a revolver, or do you prefer an autoloader? The autoloaders is basically, semi-automatic handguns. It's just that since automatic is technically a designation for rifles, not handguns, I use autoloaders.
I suppose the autoloader is a bit more his taste.
Alright then. you receive a Beretta Model 92.
Yes, sir.
You can find it in the armory book, or would you like me to read up its stats right away?
I found it.
Mm-hmm. Aside from that, I'm afraid you don't get much.
Oof. At least you get a gat.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So just checking, I didn't get anything other than 2 scalpels, right?
Nope.
Okay.
All right.
That's all I need.
And finally for Skog. Hold on.
By the way, does it get like one of those researcher codes?
Yeah, but it doesn't give you any special stats, I'm afraid.
But it's the convenience of it.
Uh-huh.
That's tragic.
Skog?
I think he's AFK. He's,
Yeah.
more like AFK. Oof.
Damn.
Damn, roasting son.
Alright. As you can see, the difference in starting equipment for when the session actually begins between professionals and other units are going to be quite wide. This is, however, for a reason, so don't worry too much about it.
I am not worried.
Very well. Now give me just a second.
Okay.
Alright, I did. Okay,
Okay, I finished
Then-
with my flaws and merits.
let us... Are you sure?
Yeah.
Let us begin. We will begin by rolling initiative. If you look in your sheet, I believe there is an option to roll initiative. Simply click your token after I get up the initiative order. Simply click your token and click the initiative button at the top of your sheet.
Okay.
This should add you automatically to the tracker.
I do add +2 to my initiatives because of fast reflexes, but I'll add that in post, I guess.
Yeah, then just add that in post.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Um,
Fuck.
We just click the red one and add nothing to the dice pool, right?
You see just above that one? Just click, you see where it says roll initiative?
Ah,
Just click that.
Pardon?
All you need to do is click roll initiative. Do not forget to click your token first, and then click roll initiative on your sheet, near the top.
Okay.
Check at the very top of your sheet, on page 1, and you will see the dice roll map.
Cool.
Yeet.
Yeah.
Alright, then.
Okay.
The man's visors are lowered as his specialized combat sights attached to his helmet light up.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Agent Taggart, you're up.
Okay, so how does movement work in this lovely system?
If you check your current sheet, it should have a speed rating.
Yes, it does.
This is how. That is. I might have to go back and check some of these things because there might have been some things I missed, but I believe that is as many squares as you can move at the current moment.
Okay, that's very, very straightforward. Can I attack after I've moved once or no?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm guessing it's one movement and one action.
Mm-hmm.
That's very nice and easy. I get +2 because I have fleet of foot, so that's 13 speed. I'm a bloody Eldar at this rate. Okay, let's see. 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Can you move diagonally?
Yes.
Okay. Do I need to be touching him to engage him?
In close combat?
Yep.
Yes.
Yoink. Okay. And I guess I'll use Kung Fu on him.
Very well.
Well, let's see how this goes. Okay. How do I make an attack roll? I'm guessing the sheet can do it for you.
You quick attack.
Right.
Alright. All it should be is if I make a modifiers. Alright, so if it says modifiers, first we look at your equipment, whatever equipment you're wielding.
Yep.
You add that the modifier from your equipment. I'm gonna say that you have. I'm going to say that due to being surprised by the sudden combat encounter with no real warning, you will take a -2 penalty to the modifier. And unless you have some ability that punches through the fence, do you?
Let's see. I need to find martial arts again. Doodaloo. Where are my merits? Let's see. Kung Fu. Focused attack, so that reduces. Armor penalties, it's your characters. I think focused attack reduces it. Penalties to hit specific targets are reduced by 1. See specific targets, even when a specific part of your opponent is not targeted. Armor penalties to your character's rolls attacks are reduced by 1.
Ah, yes. Such bonus. Specific targets are when you're targeting specific parts of the body.
Alright, so cold shots, kind of. Okay.
Yes, cold shots. That's where that applies.
But it also, even when you're not specific target, your part of your opponent is not targeted, armor penalties to your brawl attacks are reduced by 1? Oh, so that penalties to me, not the target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so if I wear armor, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain of that. I'll go back and check it afterwards. This is a practice run for all of us.
Yeah, defensive attack, that doesn't work. Whirlwind strike, that's where I attack multiple times. Let's see, there is one last one I have.
The final.
It's lethal strike. All that does is makes my attacks lethal though, which I'm not gonna do, I don't think, because training, so to speak.
Alright.
I guess I'll just do a regular attack then, yeah, so. Or I could do a whirlwind, actually. Strike.
Do whatever you wish.
We'll do a regular attack for now, I might do a whirlwind later. Let's see. Okay, so I did just hit the unarmed thing, have that highlighted, or...
You hit the unarmed, yes.
Okay.
You can just, actually, if you go to the top, you can do an attack roll. After you've done an attack roll, if I just do it like this, look like that.
Oh, yeah. And it's -2, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Damn, son. I rolled a 2 and a 1. And a 4 and a 5.
That was unlucky.
Oof. Damn. So I just went in, did a bunch of kung fu, and he just, like, fucking dodged away. Well.
Were you using your special ability?
Not this round, no, but I'll use that next round.
Alright. Alright, the special. Alright, in that case, we move on to Nate figures. Having seen your friend, having seen the senior field agent rush in past you, you have been kind of it has sunk in that combat has now ensued due to your experience. What do you like to do?
I would like to close in. So I'll just move over here. Take out my assault rifle. Take aim and fire.
I love the brutal simplicity of this scenario.
Also, this raises my initiative because of shoot first. Right. Also, since I'm so close to him, does it mean that the ability bayonet range is in effect?
You mean the one where? No. I am home ruling. I am home ruling that only takes effect if you're in melee range.
All right.
Because it is rather dumb otherwise.
Fair enough. In that case, I shall perform a double tap, which functions as an auto fire. I don't really know how that works or what that means.
Auto fire. That is a specific rule of ranged combat. Let me go to ranged combat for auto fire. What kind of burst would you like to do? You have three options: a short burst, a medium burst, and a long burst.
Short burst.
A short burst consumes 3 bullets from your ammunition. You currently have a full magazine.
Yeah.
And provides you a +1 bonus on the roll. All 3 shots are directed against the same target.
Yeah. Right, so how does the attack roll calculator everything?
The attack roll you click the attack roll, and I will then tell you what exactly you're going to add, what you're going to add and take away from it.
Right.
So first of all, add your your equipment bonus, if any.
So that, right. Let's see. Is there a particular window where I can add this? Because I don't necessarily see
You
it.
just have to keep. You click the button and it comes up modifier. You have to click it first, and then you get the modifier window where you add any modifiers. It's
there we go.
calculation. It's a calculation in your head beforehand.
Right.
So you get a bonus from your equipment. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. Would it be fair to say that, considering I have quick draw, I aim down sight before?
I mean, to aim, you have to spend an entire full round action.
Really? Right.
Yes.
In that case, it is a +1 from equipment. And how do the specializations come into play with?
You get another dice.
All right. Because I've
Whenever
got
you
2
use-
that are ineffective.
Then, if there are 2 you have an effect, you get another 2 dice on this roll. Then finally, you'll have to. And he has no real defense in this situation. Take it when ready.
I didn't put in any damage for the AI.
Okay. It does have a basic damage rating, so what is that? Because that's pretty important.
I think it's 4. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is 4 damage.
4 damage. That means you dealt a total of 5. Which, if I remember correctly, when it comes to your armor rating, the second one on the armor is versus ranged attacks, I believe. Was it the first one? I'll say it was the second one for now. Ooh. This does, however, deal lethal damage. Alright. You fire a shot, and you fire 3 shots, and while you see that most of them miss their mark or slide off him as he tries to dodge you, you see one of your shots hit him square in the shoulder, not quite passing through the plates of his full riot gear, but doing enough to send a message.
What a thick boy.
Whoa.
Oh shit, I actually forgot to include the... I actually did forget to include the initiative bonus as well, didn't I? Well done. I too forgot to include an initiative bonus, huh?
Oh no.
Well, it only goes into effect once you've grabbed your weapon. At least if it's from the combat marksmanship.
Yeah, but he started out with 1 wrong. So I should have added it first. Yeah. Equal to his armament. So his current should be under Agent Taggart, but I might as well change it now. Because next round it's going to be take into effect anyway. Alright. Lieutenant starts seeing what's going on around him. Tries to notice the biggest threat. Will attempt to take a step away. Now then. If I remember correctly, I just need to read over this for a little bit. Jesus Christ, I forgot how many stuff that. Let's see.
While Gren's doing that, I'm going to announce to everybody that Sargoy Vakad has reset the Ark server.
Oh shit,
so the Varangian Guard will be returning, hopefully, to it. However, he's done a cursed boomer thing and put hardcore mode on, which is a mod. What that means is when you die, you lose levels.
This is so sad.
Which is rather irritating in Ark Survival Evolved, because getting levels can be time consuming. But we predict it's only a matter of time till the Sardad comes to his senses and removes such feature.
Alright. Which one was it again? I am a perfect GM. I never forget to do things ahead of time.
Oh yeah. Epic tier.
We are all professionals here.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Absolutely.
I just love how it says Charlie 6 makes an AR attack. It's so menacing. I just like how this game is just like, I shoot him with my AR-15. You can just do that.
Simply say AR-15. Chucky our law.
With a bump stock, and it's full semi-automatic.
with the various attachments like the chainsaw band. I can't believe they put that out.
Yes.
That's one more moment and I'll be ready.
Okay. These crazy gun nuts with their
Didn't they even
chainsaw
show like
baits.
as potential attachments like a 40mm grenade launcher?
Mm.
As if that's somehow an art. Yep, I do have that saved.
Oof. I do like how the army book literally lists 105mm artillery shells of various types you can just get. There's also an Armory Reloaded book, which I've not read yet.
The Armory Reloaded has the
Combat
basically
marksmanship.
futuristic.
Oh no, wait, it doesn't.
Well, that's the basic one. The Armory Reloaded has futuristic weapons.
The bump stock, the dreaded.
It is very confused as to what futuristic means.
Yeah, because it contains an AA-12 and a Chris Vector.
I mean, those are fairly new guns, but I wouldn't call them futuristic.
When
Yeah.
when this book came out, they were pretty fucking futuristic.
True.
When did this book come out?
Many years ago.
the 90s, I think.
Really? I don't know exactly when, but it was many years ago.
It's a nice laid out book so far, like everything's where it should be and it's easy to pick up, I've noticed so far.
Apparently has a weapon called the Ra-50.
It's also a very detailed book, which is nice. Like, it lists gun manufacturers and training and real-life shooting tips, which is quite hilarious. I'm like, damn, this is detailed for a role-playing game. It is the Armory book, though, so it's kind of what you want. Also, they've got the 5.7 in the game, which is very nice.
And the HK Mark 23.
Yeah, the SOCOM, like the USP pistols. I think that's
you know,
like
the one that is the size of a bolt pistol.
yeah, I think that's the most expensive one in the game, like pistols.
Alright, so. From this, now I should be ready. Alright, so nothing really stopping you from moving away. Just we'll have to check that real quick, even though he's not going to do that.
So there are
Yeah.
no disengagement things to worry about. Right?
Not from what I know, but again, I'll do a more thorough check after this,
Yeah.
just to make sure I haven't missed anything. The lieutenant looks to you, Agent Saggart, and seeing your surprisingly youthful face, he just says, "Have I? Now, boy, do you know the definition of a mistake?"
Aye, well, I made
I
a few in my
see.
time.
Well, you just did one more. As he's gonna point right at you. And use his special training of bayonet range.
In bayonet.
Dude,
He's gonna
that
shoot.
ability is very strong.
Just bayonet. Oof.
As your defense is now entirely negated against his attack.
That's funny. That's really funny, actually.
And
My spear gives no fucks.
Mr. Higgers,
It's
an
He's
actually
also
too
going
much
to-
for someone in bayonet range.
and he's also going to smile very mischievously at you
Oh,
Ooh.
as he
Ooh.
uses rapid fire.
rapid fire bayonet. Oof.
He's going
Right.
to no. He's good. You don't have to use a bayonet. It's a combat. It's a fighting style he's using.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
No.
Bayonet range is one of the abilities in the fighting style. Rapid fire is the next one. With rapid fire, his composure is... Alright. With this, he's going to make 2 short bursts against you.
Oof. Damn, son. Okay. So again, no defense.
No defense.
Well,
As he's going to shoot a total of 6 bullets against you.
damn, son.
This is so sad.
Let me see.
Where's the hearse?
I have armor 3, I guess, against ranged, if that's how we're doing it.
Armor 3. Okay, that's good. That'll be good for when the damage gets calculated.
Ye- Oh yeah, I have iron skin as well. I don't know if that works against bullets. Probably doesn't, to be fair.
What does Iron Skin do?
Your character has hardened his... Oh, it's only against bashing. Yeah, it wouldn't work. I don't think it would.
Okay, it would not work against
That'd be
this.
amazing. Just kung fu.
As this is lethal damage.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. This attack.
Wait,
has
if it was legal damage.
that. Yep.
Legal.
Yes.
I'm taking you to court! You take
5.
sustain 2 points of legal damage.
Right.
As he rolls a bunch of shitty rolls.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, he rolled a lot of ones and mediocre shit there. Jesus.
I just realised that I've only rolled my modifiers.
Alright, here's what you have to do. On the sheet. Okay, look at the dice roller for a second.
Yeah, I fixed it.
You click attack roll when you're intending to do an attack roll. You go down to your weapons and attacks, and you mark the box.
You select your
left.
weapon, basically, yes.
And don't forget to select which armor you're wearing. If you have. Alright.
Yeah.
With that out of the way, you take 5 damage, minimized by your armor.
And if we're using, I guess, ranged attacks, the second bracket, so...
If I remember
I
correctly,
take
it's
2 damage, then, of lethal. Oof.
2 lethal damage, as your armor takes most of the brunt of the blow.
Okay, so that's 2 boxes with 2 ticks in each of them. Cool. Oof.
Alright, for this, I will now put it into the correct order. And Dr. Choice, your turn.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ah, yes. Well, I am out of range, so...
Just run, just
and
Naruto,
just-
run forward.
That's unironically what I was gonna do. You're going to Naruto run
Can
around
you
to here,
believe it?
around or was it Sergeant or Sergeant Higgers? Lieutenant. What was your rank again?
I don't know, it varies apparently, so just say
For
Master
now, you're
figures.
Sergeant. For now, you're Sergeant.
Sergeant
Okay.
Hig.
So anyway, Naruto ran around Sergeant Higgers while actively dodging
Alright. You take the
with my
dodge
scalpels
action.
behind me.
So
in
you
my
take the
Naruto-
dodge action.
Indeed. Considering I don't
Right.
think I have a better choice.
Right. The dodge action is an action you can do where you dedicate, well, your action on your turn to dodging a blow. This doubles your defense rating for the next attacks of this round. For the next attacks of this round. Alphone's Bright Vercula. A bunch of people are fighting in front of you, and your uncle isn't listening to you. What do you do?
Oh god! Well, I guess he'll go somewhere far, far away and try to shoot at the evil man.
Shoot gangster style pest for extra meme.
Garamini! Okay. Now, as for how much I can move, let's see, the speed is 9. That would be 9 feet, or...
Is squares. So-
Squares.
Thank the fucking gods. Alright,
Damn,
we
that's
fuck-
fast.
You have 9 squares of movement.
Let's see. Yeah, 45. And both those should be 45. I shoot the mean man. Okay. I have it selected. Now I'm a bit uncertain how I go about this.
Right. First of all, make sure that the roller you're using is the attack roll and not the sheet or simple roll.
Okay. You're thinking.
All right. You see on the
Not
dice
the sheet.
roller, yeah. You see on the dice roller at the top of your sheet on page 1, right?
Ah, yes. I see.
Make sure you have attack roll selected.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then I just roll, or
Well, before that, go down to your weapon and attack selection, and make
Yep.
sure that the box next to your gun or whatever other weapon you're intending to use is clicked.
it is.
Good. Now you can roll the. Now you can click the dice.
Yes. No modifiers. I don't really
Your
have anything
modifiers.
modifying it.
Your modifiers, as you're using a handgun, I believe a handgun is a +2.
Okay.
Handgun is a +2. However, shooting into close combat. Shooting into close combat can create multiple complications, as there is always a chance, as there is usually someone you're trying not to hit. Are you actively trying to avoid the other guy?
Well, he didn't say, "Beat me and you get out," or "I'm gonna beat you." So
Yeah.
he's not aiming for me. Yes.
Yes. That gives you a -2 penalty for trying to avoid someone in close combat. There is a merit that you can take to alleviate this. I just don't remember which one it was.
I understand. Okay.
Finally, he has no defense rating at the moment, so you don't take a penalty there.
Mhm.
And I believe that he is currently technically considered... No, not quite flanked. No, he's not considered flanked by you. Alright, just roll. You have a total of, I believe... You get a +2, -2. You have a modifier
I
0.
see. Yeah.
Just roll.
1 damage.
That's not... Is that correct?
What?
What weapon are you using?
I'm using the Beretta.
The Beretta has a basic damage value. Did you remember to put it in?
I have a damage value of 2 on it, yes. But it also has a strength of 2. I have a strength of 1.
Alright. Well, that's a size requirement. Yeah, the size requirement is the one that's reliant on your strength. As you need the strength to carry it.
Okay. Understand.
Okay, yeah. That should be, anyway, with the combined damage, that should be 3. You hit him for 3. Ooh. You fire your Beretta at him, and you simply see the bullet scrape off his plates.
Oofed.
The plates of his armor. As he takes no damage.
I'm gonna tell my uncle, and then I'm gonna get fucking drunk with D-class. I'm just telling you. Because you did this.
I'm gonna tell my dad.
This moves it on to the second round. Nate Higgers.
Sergeant Higgins shall move up and say, "It's past your bedtime, butter." And
Fucking Jesus. It's past your bedtime.
and he shall double tap and rapid fire.
Oh boy.
Jesus. Don't forget to add your specialization in there.
Double, are you using a gun that is semi...
Yes.
This only allow... You're using a assault rifle, yes?
Yeah.
The assault rifle is capable of auto fire. It would give you nothing.
Well, it does due to a specialization, but doesn't it have select fire? As most assault rifles do.
Yes, but the select fire is what allows it to use auto fire.
Yeah. And I have a specialization for semi-auto weapons.
Yeah, but double tap doesn't do anything for it. Because all double tap does is allow weapons that don't have auto fire to operate as if they had auto fire.
Yeah.
Your gun has auto fire.
Yeah, but since I'm double tapping and operates as if it has auto fire, it means the specialization is also.
Fair enough.
That's why I'm doing that.
Alright then.
E.
You've turned your weapon off of auto fire because you're good at pulling the trigger really fast.
Exactly.
It's fully semi-automatic.
Full semi-automatic.
Full semi.
And I'm the semi.
Also, how do I put in... Bruh. How do I put in the 2 extra dice I get from specializations?
You just do it when when it asks you to fill in the modifiers. You can't put it anywhere. You just put it. You just put it in when it asks you to put in the modifiers.
So it's just like a D10? Or...
No, click the attack roll. It asks you for modifiers. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put in the bonuses you get there.
Right, so the 2 represents the extra dice.
If you write a 2 in there, you'll roll extra 2.
Right, I see.
As far as I know, there's no numerical modifier. It's just purely
Right.
dice modifiers, I think. So.
Got it.
Yeah, there are
Clears
no
things up.
numerical. There are no numericals. No numerical bonuses in the system. You only get
Alright.
extra dice.
Also, due to bayonet range, his armor value is negated, which should bring it down to a -2 probably.
I believe it's
due to the
defense.
armor.
I believe it's
Yeah, defense, I mean.
armor.
Yeah, sorry. I misspoke. Oof.
Whoa, what happened there, son?
Bruh.
Oh god, there's loads of zeros. And 4s and 5s.
Bruh.
That is a
Bruh.
drama.
What did you do?
you just mag dump and loads of bullets just pick
Luckily,
off.
I'm using rapid fire, so I'm making another attack.
Oh yes.
That is
And
impossible.
-1.
What did you do?
I don't know.
Could you try to roll again?
Sure.
Yeah, why is it to zeros? Because surely you can't get
That
zero.
is impossible.
Oof.
I'll use the same modifiers.
He is the impossible.
Oh mate.
Alright.
Oh mate.
Let me check your sheet for a second, because that is
Wait.
literally not possible.
Yeah.
Why does it say 0C at the bottom right?
Wait a second, I've put in chance. Am I supposed to use normal?
Yes.
Bruh.
Supposed to use normal.
That explains it.
Try
There
again.
is no chance, but you always hit.
Do or do not. There's no
No try.
Oh god. Okay, that's
There
more
we
like
go.
it.
Right.
Right.
Now for the
so-
now for the second attack.
It's turning back.
An MK18 carbine.
Okay. Now I just want to test something else, because I want to be sure about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it does not auto-calculate the damage of your weapons into that. Good to know. You're using what at the moment?
I'm using a 5.56 assault rifle. It does 4 damage.
Alright, so that is a total of 11 plus 9. Bruh. Both reduced by 4, so that's 7 plus 5.
I see. I think what the damage does is it adds extra dice, which doesn't make sense. Actually, it might make sense. I don't know.
Let's see.
I'm confused now.
Also they produced.
Welcome to this new world of darkness.
Let's see now. For this one, you should be adding. Let's also see how many dice you rolled. Obviously, this macro isn't perfect, I realize now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You should have, from everything, you should have 4 dice from your dexterity, an additional 5 dice from your firearm skill, additional
I get.
10. No, I'm not talking about the firearm skill, I'm talking about the bonus dice you get from using the right equipment.
Ah.
I believe it is 1 dice, or 1 or 2 from assault rifles. So that puts you up to 10 or 11. And then 10 or 11. And then an additional 4? Oh, and then an additional 2 from your specializations. So at best you shouldn't have more than 13 dice. But if I'm counting correctly, you're currently rolling 17.
I think it's because it adds 4 from the damage, because look at the carbine.
Yeah. Why is it calculating that way?
Yeah, that's weird.
'Cause I'm pretty sure damage doesn't equate to more dice.
I'm gonna. Well, that's just why I wanted to do this test run. Since
Yeah, I
this
was
is-
thinking episode 0.
Yeah. Let me try something else then. What?
Welcome to
Okay.
episode 0. Well, that's as much as we get done.
Alright, let me try that one for him. Now I'm gonna do a roll with the guy you're all fighting. And try to see if we get the right amount of dice for now. He rolled 3 for his dexterity, 4 for his skill, 2 from it there. Wait. I forgot to lower his hurt boxes a bit. Sorry about that. We'll try that again. Should only be a 1 from his specialization. Okay. And with that, he should be rolling. Should be rolling 10 dice. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, yes, and then he gets a few others because he rolled 10 3 times on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like 10 dice to me.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so we've discovered that the damage section on the sheet for weapons are apparently fucking extra dice you get.
So
Okay.
we should probably get rid of that then, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, the general rule is, if I am not mistaken, which I will of course go back and check everything I'm mistaken on. Handguns give you a 2. Anything bigger than a handgun gives you a 1 bonus die from your equipment, I believe. I might be wrong, but I'll figure that out afterwards.
You can always write the damage in a different box, I guess, like in the name or something.
For now, let's just see if that fixed it. So, do your attack roll again when you're ready, Han.
If I wasn't ready.
That seems to be more correct, yeah. And add the damage. And then you'll just... What is the damage value of your weapon?
4.
I have to find a different place to write that then. That's so weird.
You have to
So
just put the base
7
damage
you
in
got
the name.
now.
Yes. And now for the second attack then.
Ooh, same.
So that is a total of... minus this. Mhm. Lieutenant Starch did not take that well, as you, just by pressing the trigger extremely quickly, do something that appears to be an automatic burst, but to the trained eye is obviously a
Full
Semi-automatic.
full semi-automatic assault.
That's how you defeat the SCPs, lads. Full semi-automatic.
You magnificent fucking master.
Lieutenant Starch,
Never works.
seeing the current situation, decides to reposition himself.
Oof. Oh no.
As far away as he can get. Decides to run directly away and turns back towards Han.
Nate.
Oh yeah, Nate. And turns back towards Nate, saying, almost. Not quite good enough.
Edgy boy.
Somebody's
Not bad, but
definitely-
I've seen better.
I've been shot worse than that. Dirtbag.
I fought mud crabs tougher than you.
And he shall once again try for a rapid fire.
One thing,
Oh wait, that should have had another dice to it. But I can easily just, as that was another short burst rapid fire, so that should have had another dice to it.
that's another success. Oof.
Now for another damage, for a total of 9 damage.
So the AR gets 1 from equipment quality then. Alright, so just put 1 in damage.
And he also did a short burst. Another benefit of doing bursts is that while it does use a lot of ammunition, short bursts give you bonus dice. The highest tier burst, which takes almost your entire magazine, basically gives you a +3 die bonus when you do it and allows you to target multiple people.
Oh no.
Which is exactly what he's going to do for his third one.
Oof.
Not the face!
And for this one, I'm actually going to be using the typical interpretation of close combat. Which with an AR is fucking obscene. As he's gonna be doing one short burst against Nate for 9 damage, like I said, minus your armor value. And is then going to be doing a long burst against all of you.
Just hoses
I
down.
told you, not the face, okay?
We'll see. Alright, so he gets +3 bonus from that. The AR has a +1 bonus. He gets 1 from the 3, 4. And he is targeting how many people? 4. So I believe that balances out. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I was muted. Is he within
Alright.
close range to me?
Yes. As Mega has revealed to us, he is not within melee range. He's
But
within
he's within
close range, but he's not. He's within close range, not close combat.
Excellent. So weaponry dodge functions?
Yes. And so he shall make a roll. And takes a penalty. Let's see. This is important. Hold on.
Also, Sargon has uploaded the long-awaited update to his Ark server. The video is called... where is it?
Something about Putin in it.
Yeah, Vladimir Putin rides again.
Oh no.
On the T-Rex, because that is the meme that Tsar Dad approves.
Oof.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Guns are complicated as fuck.
That's why I prefer my nice little scalpels.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot someone. in
All
the
right,
face.
now I know. All right, now I know how. No, I know how to do it. It's a lot of words to say something very simple. Alphonse, you're up first.
Wait, so
Oof.
did anything
You
happen when you
take
shot at
5
us?
damage.
Oh,
Five
sorry,
lethal
misunderstood.
You take 5 lethal damage.
Oh, mate.
Oh no.
This actually. Sorry, I'll do that again. What is your defense rating?
My defense rating is 3.
Oh Jesus! Damn, you have a high defense.
Do you actually get
I'm amazed
defense?
myself.
Do you get defense
Get it.
against gunfire? I wasn't sure if you did or not.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait a second, I don't miss something.
Because I thought I read you didn't, but maybe I read wrong. So. be fair, before we start, I'm gonna have a read through the core book anyway, like go to the combat rules, see if we missed anything.
I was fairly certain you did.
It could be. Could be the case you do, so.
No, hold on. No, I don't think you do.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No.
Wait,
That's
really?
5 damage.
Minus your armor, though, if you have it.
Where is it? No, wait, hold on.
Oof.
Now hold on, that doesn't make sense, because my dodging ability gives me a defense bonus against firearms.
Huh.
So that seems completely inconsistent.
Let me read the defense thing for a moment.
I get defense against this thing. The trick is, defense doesn't work against it.
Tap said.
I'm reading attack dice pools and it even says armor is subtracted from the roll. That's odd as well. Huh.
Wait,
This is fake.
wait.
Oh.
In the case of
okay.
firearms attacks, however, your target's
close
defense
range.
does not usually apply. Huh.
It says within close range, defense applies. On page 155.
I'm reading it now. Yeah. That's just further. Yeah, that just further reinforces what I said, that I'm making an official difference between close combat and close range. Close combat is when you're right next to each other and close enough to punch, hit, and brawl with each other.
Alright.
Close range is when you're within the first range increment.
So what is close combat range?
Close combat range is when you're close enough to hit someone with a melee weapon.
Right, so it seems the damage of a weapon does determine the amount of bonus.
Maybe this is a case where they changed it in a previous edition or something.
is
Yeah, like.
Very confusing.
Like I said, I will be going back to read up on everything later on. I did this specifically to point out things I don't remember from last time I did this game.
Yep.
But for right now, oh boy. But for right now, yeah. For right now, I'm going to say, Alphonse, what is your defense?
It is 3.
It is 3.
Yes.
It's targeting 4 people. He manages to hit you for 5 damage. Next up, what is your defense, Agent Taggart? You have not yet used your multi-hit combo this round.
Nope. My defense is 4.
Oh Jesus! He actually manages to hit you.
Oof. Damn, son. Does my armor negate any of that?
Yeah, your armor negates however many points it says it negates out of 6 points.
6. I take 3 lethal damage then. Oof. I get studded with fire. Damn, son.
And next up is Nate. Nate, will you choose to use your defense? If you do, you cannot use your rapid fire this round. Actually, you've used rapid fire, haven't you?
Yeah.
You have no defense this round.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, his shots go wide.
Get dabbed on Butterbar.
First, and finally, the good doctor.
Okay, so
What is your current
exactly?
defense?
Well, okay, so I used the dodge action. My base defense is 1. Or I should say I used weaponry dodge, or... Well, no weaponry
Okay.
dodge, just boost dodge, so yeah, dodge.
So your current defense is...
I'm not sure what bonuses exactly apply in this scenario.
You took the weaponry dodge action as part of your dodge action last round, yes?
It just automatically applies to dodge, but yeah.
Weaponry dodge doesn't automatically apply to dodge, no.
No? Oh, well anyway, then I said weaponry dodge, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind, I choose when yeah, gotcha.
Mhm.
So, then 6?
It is 6. He gets a -6 penalty on the shot against you as you bob and weave out, as you use your scalpels to block his shots.
Genji parrying with a scalpel.
Oh yeah!
He couldn't roll any dice, so he has to roll a chance dice against you. Let's see if he gets a single success. No.
Oof.
Oh, mate.
His shots go completely wide. As in a very strange and impressive display of finesse, you block his shots with your scalpels.
You fucking magnificent bastard.
Do you think Republicans have never shot at me before?
Now that's a man of science.
I think I'm probably gonna have to look at the weaponry dodge.
He aborted the bullets.
And that will turn into, and that will later turn over to Agent Taggart.
Oof. Right. Do I get less movement if I'm wounded?
Hmm?
Do I get less movement if I'm wounded? Because I think that was a rule, but I'm not sure.
I believe being wounded.
Because I have a feeling I read somewhere that slows you down. Because I know it gives you penalties, dice penalties for stuff. So.
Oh yeah, it gives you It gives you a lot of penalties. However, I do not believe it slows your movement. Let me do something, and I can easily check. No, it does not slow your movement.
Okay. Alright, come on then, gay boys. Fucking. Oh god, Naruto running there. I will use some abilities this time if I can find them.
Alright.
Probably, Reap the Whirlwind. Let's see. And I'll use, what's it called? Where is it? Where the fuck is it? I'll use Lethal Strike as well, which costs a willpower point per attack. So I guess I'll use it twice. What's Whirlwind? What does that cost? Make a number of extra ball attacks for each point dexterity is above 2. Each extra attack's at cumulative -1. Okay, right.
What is your dexterity?
My dex is 3, so I can do 1 extra attack at the minute with dex 3.
That gives you a total of 2 attacks against this guy.
Yeah, and the second one's at -1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do I apply his defense and armor against minus it?
I believe so.
Because according to the combat summary, I think you minus the target's defense and armor from your roll as a modifier, or negative.
Mm-hmm. You do.
That means I'm probably not going to hit him then. That's
However,
unfortunate.
because of his He has no defense.
Oh. I'm guessing riot armor does something weird like that.
And because of his severely injured state, I'm gonna say you get a bonus.
Yeah.
+2. As he's breathing heavily.
Okay. I take it unarmed does not give you a damage of any sort.
No.
No, it's just purely successes. Okay, so I get +1 for my specialization in Jiu-Jitsu, and another +1 because he's wounded. You said that's circumstantial modifier. Okay. Oof.
That is 3 damage. You strike with all your might,
Damn son.
but without a weapon to really. But even as you strike against him, all you can feel are the plates against your hands. But with your striking with your fierce might, you can see that you're leaving dents in Kevlar.
Okay. I'll do the last one at -1 then, as it's getting more difficult. Oh, oof, same thing.
Same thing.
And I lose 2 willpower because I had to focus strike. Well, lethal strike on both attacks. Okay.
Fortunately, it didn't go so well this time. As he takes no real damage.
Damn son.
Duck the choice.
Ah, well. Seems I just dodged a bullet. Anyway. I'm going to Naruto run a whirl around him, and I will attempt to strike him with my first scalpel.
You're using 2-weapon fighting?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Which, depending on the level of it I'm applying, I'll probably just use the standard variant, but yeah, anyway. So yeah, I'll just get to attack twice, but okay. So I have it set to the scalpel thing. I press what, attack roll, and then the die?
Yeah, he does a attack roll and die.
I clicked it and nothing came up. Let me try this.
You have to click the dice.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. So,
Try to close your sheet.
okay.
Because it should-
Reopening.
Because it should come up.
Cool. Clicking the die. Ah, here, modifiers. Okay. So, what do I put in the modifiers? My specialization was not factored in yet.
Yeah, your specialization has not been factored in yet, so use that. So put in a 1 for your specialization.
1. Oh, okay.
You'll get a 2 due to his severely injured status.
Ah, 2.
And go ahead and roll.
So just attack roll modifier 2. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I can do that again now, right?
Well, I'm reading through to open fighting at the moment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yeah. Are you ambidextrous?
Indeed.
Alright. Are you using any of the special techniques in 2-weapon fighting?
Alright.
2-weapon fighting doesn't give you a straight bonus to anything, it gives you a bunch of special techniques.
Right. Along with this ability to attack twice. I will go with the. I'll go with whirling blades, and I'll just be a. So, I'm dodging.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that how that goes? Yes, I think that is.
No,
No?
that's not how it goes, I'm afraid.
Okay. Then.
Use focused attack.
Alright then, focused attack it is. So I will spend a point of willpower to do an extra damage, and then I guess I'll roll another attack.
Mm-hmm.
Was the modifier 2?
Yeah. There's +1 from your blades and +2 from your severely injured status.
Am I able to use another willpower now to...
Yeah. You can only
Okay.
use 1 willpower per roll, but yeah.
Okay. In that case, I've used another willpower to add another damage.
Okay, that's 2 damage. Which doesn't penetrate his armor. That's... Oh my god! That is 4 damage. Okay. Sure.
What happened?
As you slice towards him, he tries to move out of the way, causing you to scratch harmlessly against his plates. But as he tries to move away by moving somewhat backwards, for a split second you see his neck exposed under the helmet, and you take the chance. As you deal a single point of damage and slice open one of his arteries.
Well, we just had an abortion.
As he is now dying.
Bruh.
Oh, bro.
Scream like they do.
Wow.
He does not scream. And that'll be the end of combat.
I win.
Da, 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 da.
How the
TF
hell
member
am I gonna
defeated.
Wait, so did he die, or...?
Well,
He's
it's a
dying.
simulation, so.
Okay.
I
No,
don't
in
think
order
it's
to
a simulation
actually-
anymore. I think this is an active situation.
In order to actually kill someone, you have to deal their entire pool of hit points in aggravated damage.
Can I keep stabbing him?
Yes, but he will die. But he will automatically bleed out over time. However, the moment you do that, you simply hear. "Toot." Thank you for participating. You will now return to active reality. Thank you for your
Yep.
participation.
Just like the simulations. You were all in
As you
VR.
return, as whatever reality bender that was chose to end it there.
Right. I guess, thank you very much for watching, people. We got any final
Oh, we're
word?
not.
Well, unless
I
there's
have
something
one
else we have to cover.
last thing.
Yeah.
I have one last thing to do. But this one will require something else entirely. I'm gonna do a final. Nothing. This doesn't require anything from any of you. I'm gonna do a final introductory sequence to the story.
Yay.
This won't take long. Can you hear that in the background?
Yep.
Very quiet noises? Yes.
Maybe I should up it a little bit. How's that?
It's good.
Yeah.
Oh god damn it, yeah, that soundbite. Ugh.
It has been a quiet day at Site 68. Located somewhere in Midwestern America. Few even within the foundation of its existence. While it does carry certain interesting SCPs locked within its walls. These compare nothing when compared to some of the true horrors that exist within the Foundation's files. Each member enters and exits the building at a calm pace. Nothing to worry about except for their imminent demise. Should it ever come. For is that not what all members of the Foundation fear? And one day all this work they shall do, all this work they have done, shall all so far too suddenly end. Indeed, is that not what we all fear? That the end shall come, all too soon. Within the walls of the Foundation, within its basement, locked in a cage, sits a silent figure and hums to himself as he awaits the final signal. As he hums, he remembers something he read many years ago. Dark tendrils of disease spread across the land, twisting, clawing, reaching until all of Europe is in the clutches of death himself. Women and children, men and kings alike, a third of the population, all become victims to the monster named Plague. It waits silently in the dark, and a filth waiting for you to drop your card. The beast is hungry, the beast must be fed. It cannot be defeated, it cannot be slain. We live our lives in fear of the demise that waits around the corner. Millions die, more become ill. Darkness in the form of disease. Death knows no prejudice, plague knows no race. Only hunger. Will the darkness ever end? Will this curse ever be lifted? Will the slop of our miserable lives ever be washed clean? No one knows, but God above save us. I smell pestilence. I see it is time. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you all next week. Have a good evening.